The distinctive La Valencia Hotel, with its Spanish colonial revival-style architecture, is a landmark property perched high above La Jolla Beach. Opened in 1926, this iconic award-winning hotel has been designated a San Diego Historic Landmark. The property features sunny courtyards, tropical gardens, an ocean view pool, original art and mosaics, pet-friendly rooms and fine dining.
We have a very special hotel with 115 rooms. 60% of our rooms have ocean views. We have an incredible chef that I think you're going to be able to speak with, Chef Fabian. We are a historic hotel. The concierge desk, if I could tell you, is generally open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 o'clock, 8 to 4:30. In my absence, the front desk does a great job in assisting our guests. In the summer, guests like to go surfing. They also like to do the kayak tours, and that's within about a mile walk of us. And I've got companies that will take guests out and show them the caves. It's like a 2-hour tour, so that's really big in the summer. I have guests that come here that want to get their 11 and 12-year-old surf lessons for the first time, so I send them down to La Jolla Shores, and I've got people down there that will offer that to our hotel guests. So they start their surfing career right here in La Jolla. We do incredible dining here. Fridays and Saturday evenings we have music, and our Saturdays and Sunday brunches we have music. So that's very popular. So I help people with reservations. Many guests like to go out. And we have some wonderful restaurants here. We have really nice connections with the other restaurants. Many times I can offer a view table or a prime dining time, because we do like to keep those relationships with businesses, close, and we reciprocate. Many guests like to come here for the art galleries. The La Valencia has put together a wonderful map, which I can hand to our guests, and they can go out to the art galleries. And with my card, and with the art galleries, sometimes we'll offer a nice discount for purchases for our guests. And here, we're on the water. So I did talk about the surfing and the kayaking, but there's whale watching, and there's tours down in San Diego that will take people out on 1 and 2 hour tours on the water. There's the ferry that will take them over to Coronado. So just depending on what they're asking for, I do know a lot, and it is impossible to know everything, but I do my research and I try to help guests with the activities they ask about. I'm fortunate enough to have been accepted to Lake Claytor. I've had my keys since 2010. It's a It's really a great organization that does a lot of work in giving back and philanthropy. And we network. We have congresses throughout the world. I've been to a number of them nationally and internationally. And we really do learn cutting edge ideas of hospitality. And we generally have courses and conferences with Forbes, which is, of course, number one in the travel industry. And their standards are quite high. And we try to meet those standards in all of our connections with our guests. I love what I do, and I love La Jolla and the San Diego area. And we have so much to offer, and I hope they do take advantage of me and come to me and ask me questions. I can generally offer them discounts to many of the activities here in San Diego, including the zoo and SeaWorld. So the veranda ballroom is right down there. And as you can see, it's a huge ballroom. It goes back to the left. Big outdoor balcony. Many times they said either the band up there or the bar. And look at the view that we have. It's quite spectacular. Right down there is where the weddings generally happen. And there's been beautiful decorations for the weddings down there. I've watched a groom be brought in to the front of the hotel on a horse. It was quite wonderful. Yes, but we do all different kinds of weddings. Sometimes this is set up with a chuppah for a Jewish wedding. The tower does hold a lot of history for us. During World War II, La Jollans in the village here would take turns and watch the tower for enemy crafts out on the water. Hopefully you get a little bit of a feel of what it was like back in time. With most of the decorations, or for instance, the beams and the tiles are all original. It's been touched up, but it's original. You can imagine maybe Ava Gardner or Gregory Peck walking through here and spending a few days and maybe having cocktails out on the sala. It's the Whaling Bar picture. Since we are getting the Whaling Bar back, that's like a nice idea of what the Whaling Bar. It had an a gentleman's club feel to it with the booths and the dark paneling. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be quite wonderful. It's going to have a hint of vintage, but again, a new product to offer our guests. Enjoy this picture. This is what the hotel looked like in the very beginning. And I think that's great. You can see right there, that's where the patio sole is, right out front. This is where the music will set up. This was the entrance, and this area over here was the Whaling Bar. And you can see by the cars about how old this picture probably is.
Yes, my name is Rachel Young. I'm the Director of Food and Beverage here at La Valencia. Proud to be a part of this team and the legacy and the history of this hotel. 1926, so we are 96 years young at this hotel, and we've definitely come a long way, and we have an amazing team, and it's not possible to make any of these magical moments happen for these guests without this amazing team. This is the salt. So of course the signature iconic window over here. This space, it's all first come first serve, so no reservations in here. Typically it's so nice too, because we have enough history of this hotel and having so many people here that have had weddings. A lot of times you'll see brides and they'll show you their photo and they go, I got married here 20 years ago, and it's the bride like in the picturesque window over there, which is really great. And here's a better view to the ocean view terrace out here. So of course, most of the time we have great weather here. It's not often that we have to close the terrace, but this is where everyone wants to sit and celebrate everything. So this is our kind of signature ceremony site down here. So weddings, of course, are going to take place here. We'll stack all of the chairs here, folding chairs, and then if there's ever overflow, we'll put more guests up there, kind of looking down. But yeah, I mean, there's not much more of a picturesque spot to have your wedding. It's pretty nice. And then our pool, of course, our hours, we pretty much open for service every single day at 10 a.m., close at sundown as well. But there's not many spots along the coastline to have this pool that kind of looking out at the Pacific Ocean. Most of the time in hotels, you can have a beautiful hotel pool, but it doesn't have that view in addition to the hotel pool. So it's pretty nice. This is how we did acquire just this nickname for the hotel. The hotel was painted pink, and this mural was here, and then the signature Pink Lady theme kind of came thereafter. But it wasn't until the 1950s that this entire hotel became painted pink. Before it was white, actually. Ballroom area is here, so pretty beautiful space. And again, it's not every hotel that you always have a ballroom that's looking out at the Pacific Ocean. It's pretty spectacular. We do corporate, we do a lot of corporate clients, corporate meetings. We do a lot of social events, but I mean, this upcoming week, we have a big group that's going to be in-house, and they'll be taking this for the entire week. And then, like I said, we had an event last night, the night before, just weddings, wedding focused. This coming week, we have more holiday parties. So really, it's everything, corporate and social. It's a fun position because I have such an ability to be so creative too. So when it comes to menu, revitalization, seasonality, working with the chef on any of these menu choices and selections, events also fall under me as well too. So anytime we get to have, that creative pop of elegance and customizing something for a situation, I love that. Right? We do have such an iconic spot that so many people are coming here to celebrate an anniversary or a birthday or something else. And so when we get to know that little unique piece of information and that bit of information with them, and then kind of jump on that and create that story and make that memory, that's why we're in hospitality. Let's go to the main bar. We can have Tina do she's our bartender that I intentionally scheduled today. Okay. She'll do the Pink Lady signature cocktail.
My name is Tina. I'm one of the bartenders here at La Valencia. We're making a Pink Lady. It's one of our favorite cocktails by all the guests that come in. So we do a 1.5 ounce of gin, half an ounce of Saint Germain, 0.75 lemon juice,
We're in the beautiful La Valencia Hotel, and I'm Chef Fabian. And yeah, we're definitely in the gem of La Jolla. We consider this the gem of Southern California, San Diego, and especially here in La Jolla, where there's many beautiful places to visit. Our menu is very iconic, I believe. We try to keep the tradition here of La Valencia. We have a long legacy, definitely a lot of history here. So we try to keep the menu traditional, very California, very to its roots. And I myself, as the chef here, try to introduce a little variety, coastal flair, my personal influence on the menu, which, I love Mediterranean food, coastal, California, classic food also. So I introduce a lot of flavors and try to blend all this traditional and local varieties of, wonderful produce we have here at La Valencia. Originally, I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. Yeah, and I grew up in Southern California and Guadalajara also. And I grew up in Orange County as well. And then I ventured down here to San Diego a couple of years ago. Traditional flavors that I've picked up over the years, and also being in San Diego, there's a lot of traditional, coastal Mexican flavors, and throughout California, there's a lot of influence throughout that. So I try to introduce flair and personal flavors in some of the dishes. We create new dishes all the time. Every year we have special holiday menus throughout the year. We do Easter, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So all these menus are specially created once a year, and that's where I introduce all these different flavors and my unique style. And throughout the menu, we change it about three times a year also, to just introduce new dishes, new flavors, and we try to keep some of the classic dishes that we love all year long. Coming up with new dishes, new things, that's for me, that's what I do, that's what I love, and it's very easy for me to do that any time of the year, considering where we are. And yeah, I try to keep the tradition going. There's a lot of chefs that have been here before me, a lot of great chefs with great legacies, and I try to keep the tradition and the standards here at La Valencia true to its roots and continue that forward. I think right now our most favorite dish is our octopus dish. It's what I call the pulpo dish. It's a unique dish. We get it from Spain. We have a shawarma marinade on it, which is a little unique, and we serve it with Mediterranean garbanzo beans and white beans. And I have one of my favorite salsa verde recipes that I've learned from a lot of experience and working with a lot of chefs. So I tie in a lot of of my own experiences with what we can do here with new things at La Valencia. As far as the octopus, we buy the best we can, and as far as the seafood, we do buy the best local variety that's available year in, year out. That's how I create my dishes. I talk to my fish providers, and I tell them what's going to be good this month, next month, and the month after that. So I'm already ahead. Cinderella pumpkin bisque, and then it has a smoked creme fraiche, a truffle salsa, rosemary oil, and candied walnuts.
Cinnamon roll. Do you enjoy?
Our classic Benedict here that we traditionally sell all the time. And then this is something of my creation that we serve here is the Spanish octopus with Mediterranean bean salad and the squid aioli. It mimics food and a little creativity to make it stand out and observe and absorb the local culture here.